Hey everyone, Pat Mitchell from TrickTrades, and I'm going to introduce you to a brand new charting and technical analysis software that's going to make you see things in a new way. So let's get into it. Okay, folks, so this is some new charting software that I've been messing around with this weekend, and it's really cool. It's really cool. Now, this won't replace your, let's say, like if you're using TC2000 or Thinkorswim or whatever charts you're using to actually trade off of. I guess you could, but you would be limited to just seeing one chart or one ticker, right? This is more so for when you are trying to do your nightly scan, your watch list, looking for key technical levels, and helps you spot some trades. So I'm just going to kind of give a pretty quick tutorial on this, on how I use it, and some of the really cool things, cool little traits, and you guys are going to love it. I think it's really cool, by the way. So, okay, it's called Trendspider, and I'm going to leave a link below and a coupon code for you that'll save you 30%. Yes, it's an affiliate thing, but like I've said before, I will not do any type of affiliate program without you guys benefiting as well. So you'll save 30% off of your first purchase. So you're best to buy for the year. And it's actually really relatively inexpensive. So if you pay for the full year, it's only like 400 and something bucks. It's actually not too bad. You get a 7-day free trial as well. So you're not gonna be out on it whatsoever. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You can cancel and you're all good. So let's go over the actual software now. Now, it seems very overwhelming at first when you see the charts look really crazy. They're not, though. And the way that they break it up, it's basically about trends, okay? So you can see all these different trend lines. The dark ones, the really pronounced ones, are your time frame that you are in. The dashed and the very almost see-through, transparent, those would be for the weekly chart, okay? These dashed ones, that's for the daily chart. Okay, so let me go through some of the features first, okay? So this is where you would type in your ticker. So we'll stick with Apple just because. So you type in Apple. You can add it to your favorites. You can refresh the screen as well. This is all live data, by the way, okay? It also, you can see the shaded area. This is pre-market and after hours data. So it does have those capabilities, and you can turn that on with this right here. You see my mouse, okay? Now, you can go here. You can take away the volume. You can add that back. Volume is very, very crucial, so I like to keep that on. This right here, you can change to how many charts you want and what they look like, okay? I've got it 4 because I like to watch 4 time frames, especially when I'm doing my, see, this is the 1 chart. And now the 4 charts. Okay. Once you change it, though, maybe something that they can look at in the future is actually to save how you had it set. So I like the daily chart here. And then this is the weekly. And I'll use either the 10-minute or the 15-minute here. We'll go with the 10-minute. Now, the 5-minute, you can use the 5-minute as well, just to spot some really nice trends. And it also has the 1-minute capabilities. This button here is multi-timeframe analysis. So that's, if you turn this off, that'll take away all of these, okay? Do you see the multiple time frame analysis, right? These are the multiple time frame trend lines, all right? So you can also do auto fib. So it'll plot auto Fibonacci's. So fibs, we can turn it on to the 5-minute fib. You see, and it'll give you your fibs there. Or you can turn that off, and let's turn on the daily fibs. And that'll give the daily charts Fibonacci's, okay? So we'll turn that off, because I like to keep my charts pretty clean as possible. Now, do you see all of these letters? Dragonfly, hammer, hammer, inverted hammer, all of this. Now, you can go to the patterns, and you can choose from, look at all these candle patterns. And it'll watch for those. It'll also alert you to them. And I'll get into alerts in a minute, okay? We'll just press apply there. Now, we'll go to trends. Now, these are your trend lines. Now, you're going to have to mess around with this a little bit. And I'll just show you my settings. Analysis type, I put it on experimental. I found that worked about the best. I got the trends that I like to see. Okay, so the trend lines that I would normally plot on a daily chart or intraday chart, that's where I found I got the best looking trends, because these are all automatic trends. Okay, you can go to enhanced. Let's press apply, and you'll see that they change. Okay. Now, do you see how they're slightly different? All right. So we'll go back to trends. Sorry. And we'll go over original. Right? Do you see, like, the original are the very basic trends? And that's pretty good. Do you see? See, I want to show you the power of this right now, okay? Now, this is a trade you could have taken intraday, and you could have been a badass with it. Now, do you see this trend line? That's this white dashed line right here, okay? Once it broke that, guys, you see how it was chopping in and around on this trend? Once it broke that, look at the move you got on Apple. Look at that. Because that's a powerful trend break. That's important. All right? Big deal. That's a pretty big deal. Also, you can change the chart type. So we have bars, candles, and hollow candles. I like to keep it on candles. And I'll change this back to candles. I like to use candles. So I'll put my trend back how I like it, to experimental. Now, you can, for how it draws your input, you can go to wick or body. So I like to include wicks. And islands and gaps, basically your gaps, you want to respect gaps. Okay? So let's apply that. And let's go back into the trends again. Now, just bear with me, guys. There's a lot to go over. This is some pretty powerful charting software. Now, I have not messed around with this yet. Now, you can get crazy with this and really dial it in, okay? So we'll just leave it how it is for right now, because I haven't had the time yet to mess around with that. And that's the analysis, how you get your analysis on these trends. And then here's the trend. You can do so much with it. Yeah, that's right. They just duded you. It's pretty cool. Now, your indicators as well. Now, I have that turned off just to show you something even like super cool. Super cool. So let's turn on indicators. Now, I've got all of my indicators for the intraday charts and the daily charts. So the intraday chart, I'm going to want to turn off a couple of these, okay? So I don't necessarily need to see the 5 EMA. I don't need to see the exponential 50 from the daily chart because I use the 50 on the daily chart. And then the 100, I don't necessarily need that. And there you go. So those are going to be, do you see how they're dashed? Let me get scrolled in because it's kind of hard to, sorry about that, guys. Maybe for this, I'm going to use the 1 minute time frame. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I'm also rendering a video in the background. So this will maybe switch tickers here. Let's go to, I don't know, let's check out AMD. I was kind of messing with some settings, and I think I kind of screwed something up, and that's why you see how it's so shortened in here. So just kind of bear with me. Just deal with it. I'm still learning the software myself, so I think I fucked with something, right? Because I've got some, I wonder what I got on here. It doesn't matter. It's all right. So you can also collapse these so then it's not in your way, all right? But really, really cool. Really cool software. So let's keep going, okay? So those are the indicators. Maybe we'll just turn those off for now, okay? Yeah, pretty cool stuff though. Oh, I think that's what it might be. One sec. Okay, you can also lock your trend line, right? Sorry, guys. Like I said, I know it's showing lag right now. It's not the computer's fault. I've got my computer running like just full tilt boogie right now. So, but do you see this? Do you see this? Okay, this is the power of the software. So this is AMD, and this was a trade idea that I was looking at today. Do you see this dashed blue line? Okay. This dashed blue line is from the weekly chart. This blue, okay? Now, let me find, one sec. Now you can put most relevant and more lines as well. There's the accent is on primary. You see how the accent is on both? That's why one's dashed and one is solid. Now, if you want to kind of tone it back a little bit, just put the primary. Okay. Now you see how it's dashed. It's a little clearer to see, right? Now, you can also put these against different time frames. So the time frame on this is how I keep my time frames, the 1 minute to the daily, because I want to see my daily levels, and then the 10 minute to the daily. And then on the daily chart, I want to keep on watch the weekly levels. Okay, so the daily chart versus the weekly chart. Now, this here, you can highlight breakouts, like key breakout and breakdown levels, and those you can see how they're circled. That's going to tell you really key areas. And once a breakout triggers, so that's a really cool option. We'll try Intel too. We'll just check things out here, guys. So another pretty cool thing is the support and resistance. Now, I haven't checked this out too much. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of this part, and I think it's only the time is really going to really bring this in. They're going to really kick some ass with this software, but you got to give them a little bit, right? So this support and resistance is just showing just on the 1 minute time frame. You can see the support and resistance from the 1 minute time frame. And it kind of mirrors on all of these. I think you're just going to have to give them a little bit of time to get really things really dialed in. But that's pretty cool. So that's depth. And now here's trends. It'll show this trend. Right? What's really strong resistance, that would go with how dark it is. I keep that off. It's a little muddied for my liking. It's just a little too muddy. Okay, now, like I said on AMD, let's do this, okay? I'll show you how to set an alert. Okay, so on AMD, you see how it's coming into this trend from the weekly? Now, it's already touched it, so it's probably going to trigger. But you can create alerts. You just right click on, sorry guys. Jesus. So let's do this again. Right click on that, left click the alert. And now, these are the different types of triggers you can get. So create trend alert at AMD daily versus weekly chart. Okay, so you can have a trigger for a breakthrough, a touch, or a bounce. Now, all of those are going to do different things, and that's awesome. The sensitivity as well, which is really nice. Alert fires within 28 cents plus or minus of the selected line. Now, you can turn this up. 78 cents, and it shows you the area at which it would trigger. Do you see this shaded area on green? So let's see how far up it goes, right? It keeps going. So if you want something that is only going to trigger once it's probably for that day, there you go. Let's say 25 cents of selected. Now the time frame, set the time frame, and you can set the time frame for whatever. Let's just put it to the 5 minute for now. You can name the alert, right? So AMD trend. You can name it whatever the hell you want, right? And then description, AMD at weekly trend. Okay. Expiration, 1 day past. You're going to want to keep expiration pretty close, or else you're going to have a million of these things, right? And then you would just create the alert. Now, it's not going to let me create the alert because it's already triggered, right? So, oh, shoot. No, touch. There we go. I forgot to engage that. So let's go for a touch. There you go. Create the alert. Alert's been created. There you go. Right? It's in your alert box. There's also an area for... Oops. Sorry, now I can't remember where the heck that was. Oh yeah, you can also get your alerts, right, to your phone or email, and you can put in your number. So, oh yeah, the widgets, that's what I was looking for. You can have notes, and that'll give you a notes area too, okay? So you can write new notes. I love this software, guys. And I think it's only going to get better with time. So, like I said, I'll kind of wrap it up. I think you guys should really take a look. You have nothing to lose. It's a 7-day free trial. I'm going to leave the link below, and you got to use my link in order to get that 30% off. So you'll see the promo code as well. And that's it. It's Trendspider. I love it. I think you guys are going to love it too. I'm using this, and I spotted 2 trades from today, from last night's watch list, that I never would have found. I never would have, because it's just, I look at the weekly chart, but I don't necessarily look at the weekly chart every night while I make my watch list. So really good. It's solid. I love it. I know you'll love it. Give it a go. Give it a try. And it's a 7-day free trial. And adios, folks.